First, I'm going to ask you to limit walking while the word go forth. Keep the children quiet, please. By way of homiletics, my topic, seek him first. By way of introduction, we're living in an era in which everyone and everything is vying for our attention, our time, and our energy. It's a time in which some of the saints of God are sucked into the vacuum of the world system known as the cosmos. It's a time in which the wicked devil has created so many distractions for the believer. It is a time in which material things are placed at the forefront and spiritual things are considered either least important, unimportant, or insignificant. It's a time in which we are seeing 2 Timothy being played out universally, where it says men are lovers of themselves, unholy, unthankful, despisers of good, headstrong, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. It's a very dangerous epoch in which some believers, unbelievers, are worshiping the God of self and money. One preacher calls it an era of busy. B-U-S-Y. The acronym means being under Satan's yoke. Quintessentially, spiritual things, the kingdom of God, holiness, righteousness, are not considered primary, and they're not at the forefront of the believer's mind. However, it is high time that the church take a stand for the kingdom of the Almighty God. Clap your hands and give God praise. And turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, put God first. Come on, talk to somebody. Say, neighbor, put God first. I don't see you moving. I don't see you talking. Say, neighbor, come on, put God first. Put God first. Allow me to give you a brief synopsis of the book of Matthew. Matthew was written by Matthew the tax collector in AD 70. Matthew's gospel was written to Jewish believers. Matthew wrote the gospel to give an eyewitness account of Jesus' life. Matthew presents Jesus as a fulfillment of Israel's prophetic hope. In Matthew 6, he addressed giving to the needy, prayer, fasting, treasures in heaven, and not to worry. At the apex of Matthew 6, Jesus gave them a strong command. He gave the instruction, but seek ye first. This verse opens up with the conjunction of but, which tells us that the preceding verses are interconnected to verse 33. Prior to verse 33, he admonishes the believer not to worry about anything. He advised in depth, do not worry about what you should eat or what you should wear. He mentioned if God can take care of the fowls and the lilies, then he will certainly take care of you. I hear it in my spirit. The songwriter says, no, it doesn't matter what betides, God will take care of you. The problem we face in Christendom is the fear of the unknown. This is very ironic because God does not expect the ecclesia to have any worrying problem. As a believer, we can't be faithless, but we must be filled with faith, because the Bible said the just shall live by faith. He said without faith it's impossible to please God, and he that cometh must believe that he is the rewarder of them that diligently seek him. He said if you have faith like a mustard seed, you can speak to the mountain and the mountain be faithful. So he says, which leads me to my first point. Your priority is to put God first. He says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Jesus came to the climax of his argument. The kingdom should be the ultimate focus for every believer. The kingdom is more important than our personal agendas. The kingdom is to be our controlling priority. The kingdom is first. The kingdom comes before our jobs, before our family, before our children, and even before our own life. And you said, I'm speaking my own doctrine. The Bible says in Luke 9:23, if any man should come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. In Luke 14:26, he says, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Oh, glory be to God. We need to put God first. Stop making excuses, but put God in his right priority. God must come first. Kingdom must be top priority. Kingdom must come first. Nothing else but kingdom must come first. We're living in a time now when we are listening to motivational messages to fix our lives because we have deviated from the formula that God expects us and the principles that God expects to guide us and to lead us into a place, oh glory be to God, that we have not fathomed. Oh glory be to God, because the devil has bamboozled us to believe that God should be secondary. It's when we can find the time, but the devil is a liar. But what does it mean to seek God? The Greek word for seek is zetio. It means to look for, to desire, to possess, to strive for. Seek is a verb, and a verb is an action word. It means it will not only entail lip service, but there's an expectation for involvement. You got to get to know God. It's important to develop a relationship with the Almighty God. As long as you decided to follow Jesus, it is in your best interest to make sure that you top up your spiritual life. You got to practice, oh glory be to God, spiritual discipline. You got to read your Bible, pray every day. You got to learn to fast. You got to learn how to get, oh glory be to God, acquainted with the Almighty God. It's not just to know about God, but you got to know him. Paul says that I may know him. Oh glory be to God. But most time we only know about God, but we don't know God for ourselves. God is saying, you got to seek me, you got to look for me, you got to desire me. Oh glory be to God. You can't stay, oh glory be to God, at a lower level, but you got to move into a deeper relationship with the Almighty God. Seeking God begins in the heart. In the heart. Glory be to God. Psalm 27:8. My heart says, seek his face, your face, Lord, I will seek. Wholeheartedness in seeking God is required. Psalm 63:1 says, you, God, are my God. longs for you in a dry and parched land where there is no water. Oh, glory be to God. You see, the present imperative verb seek makes clear that pursuing the eschatological kingdom is not a passive act, but one must be pursued. It must be pursued with rigor. Seek carries the idea of concentrating on it, making kingdom one's high priority. The idea is to make the kingdom of God the center of your life. The word first itself indicates priority. It means that one should put kingdom matters above everything else, and the idea is to put material things in a secondary place. Oh, glory be to God. The Bible said in Luke chapter 2 that Joseph and Mary decided to bring Jesus to Jerusalem for the Passover, but they couldn't find the Son of the living God. They were looking all around Jerusalem for 3 days. They looked and they looked, but they couldn't find Jesus. And after 3 days, they found him in the temple, and Mary was upset with Jesus. But Jesus looked at Mary and said to Mary, "Don't you know that I must be about my Father's business? I don't know about you, but I came on business for the King." Oh, glory be to God. It's about time, oh, glory be to God, that we begin, oh, glory be to God, to know how to put God first, to know that kingdom business matter. Oh, glory be to God. It's about time that the church begin to raise the standard. Oh, glory be to God, and put God in his rightful place. God must be first. God must be first. God must be first. First. My God. Mandorobo Shata. You see, sometimes we allow Satan to get the best of us. And sometimes we put in a position, and when we put in a position, if we have to choose, sometimes we will choose the thing over God, and that's a wrong thing. We need to position ourselves and say, "God, it doesn't matter what happened, I'm going to put you first." If you seek, the thing is, we don't begin to understand is that with God, kingdom principles are not thought of the way we reason things from a logical perspective. In kingdom, God always asks for the opposite. And it's when you do the opposite of the thing that you receive something greater. What are you saying? He says, "Give, and it shall be given back to you." When you give, you shall receive. Some people will say, "How can I give and expect to have more when I'm losing?" But in God, you don't lose, you win more. Because most time, God is testing the level of our faithfulness to see what's inside of us. Oh, glory be to God. We can shout about a lot of things, but when the rubber meets the road, where are you going to put your decision? That's the test. But when you seek God, the job will come. When you seek God, the man will come. When you seek God, the wealth will come. When you seek God, the healing will come. When you seek God, the car will come. When you seek God, the immigration paper will come. When you seek Seek him in the good times. Seek him in the bad times. Seek him when you have money. Seek him without money. Seek him when you're sick. Seek him when you're healthy. Seek him. You gotta know how to seek him. You gotta seek him. There are fringe benefits to seeking God. When you seek God, he works out your problems for you. Seeking God leads to life. It leads to forgiveness. It leads to blessings. It leads to protection. It leads to understanding and wisdom. I remember a time when I just came to know the Lord, and I was very excited about serving God. And I went to my pastor and I said, Pastor, I'm excited about serving God. What can I do? He came to me and he gave me Matthew 6:33. I was a person who loved to reason things. I have a BA in economics and business. I am good with numbers. I know how to reason numbers. That's what I do. Oh, glory be to God. But when I came to know the Lord, he says, young lady, he gave me Matthew 6:33. He said, seek ye first the kingdom of God. I was doing youth ministry at the time. When I was doing youth ministry, I was very passionate about it. I just love those young people. On a Friday, I wouldn't call to give any excuse. I was there on a Friday. Oh, glory be to God. On Wednesday, I was there for Bible study. If there's a prayer meeting, I am there on time, ready for prayer meeting, because I was trying to find God. I was on business for the King. My mission was to seek him and to know what he was all about. Oh, glory be to God. But the youth ministry, I began to grow, and it was too much for me, because I wanted to work and to do the ministry, because sometimes you gotta take the children internationally, and there's so much things you got to do. And I was working at the 407 ETR, and I was betwixt two opinion and between two decision. I felt constrained, because in my spirit I want to do it, but oh, glory be to God. But because of the cares of life, I was constrained, and I made up in my mind. I said, I don't want this job no more. Oh, glory be to God. I went into the 407 and I cleared my desk of my computer. I had a laptop and things I bring every day. I started to pack light. Oh, glory be to God. I cleaned my desk, and then I said, God, let them fire me, because when they fire me, they will give me sufferings. And God, I know I'll be able to do ministry much better. Oh, glory be to God. One day I went to the 407. And when I went to the 407, my boss says, walk with me. And I know that was my day. And I was excited. When I sat before, oh, glory be to God, the manager and the supervisor, she was about to give a sad speech. I said, no, you don't have to. I said, this is a good day. It's a very, very good day. And they looked at me as if I was losing my mind. She walked me to the door, and I hugged my supervisor. Oh, glory be to God. And when I went into the car, I began to give God praise. And I said, here comes my destiny. Here comes purpose. Can I tell you, after I was fired and the sufferings run out, Satan started to laugh after me, because I was broke, busted, and disgusted. But I never give up. I said, God, I know I heard you, and I know it's hard right now, but I'm gonna believe you. And it was hard, because by then I have transitioned into mortgages, and there was nothing that was happening. And I would go to different apartments and I give out flyers and I cried and I couldn't get any business. And one day God says, get out your water pots. I got out my water pots when I was in my apartment, and God began to speak to me. He said, from this moment, I'm going to release the Abrahamic blessing upon you. Oh, glory to God. He says, I'm going to give you, I'm going to bless you. Can I tell you, after that, I started closing businesses. The first great money I saw was in the summer of that year. I made $30,000 in 1 month. In 1 month, I made what I would have made in the 407 for 1 year. Seeking God. Sometimes it will get hard. It will get rough. But you can't give up, because if you put God first, it doesn't matter what happened. God is going to come through for you. It may not come. He may not come when you want him to, but he's an on-time God. He's an on-time God. You gotta know how to seek him. But he didn't just say, seek ye first the kingdom. Why the kingdom? The kingdom. If you begin to define kingdom, it's threefold. Firstly, the kingdom is the realm in which God's reign is experienced. Number two, the second definition, a place where the people of God will live eternally. You call it heaven. The third is the sovereign rule of God manifested in Christ to defeat his enemies, creating a people over whom he reigns, in which the power of his reign is experienced. We're talking about the church, the kingdom, the church. Sinners should seek to be accepted in the kingdom of heaven. If you are sitting under the sound of my voice and you're not saved, it's time for you to give your life to Jesus. You have not started living until you start living for the Almighty God. The Bible says the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. Where will you spend your eternity? But he says you must make your calling and election sure. And stop taking time. Don't wait until it's too late. If you're saved, then it's necessary for you to keep focus. Don't allow the cares of the world to make you lose focus. Sometimes when we are saved for a long period of time, it becomes